Hey guys, another brief tutorial today. I'm working on my HTML class, and so thought I would bring in another tag. I think we've done about all we can do with text as far as formatting goes. It's pretty well straightforward, but I would like to start on a new subject today. We're going to look at formatting images, and the image formatting that we're going to do today is going to be the float parameter. The image tag has a lot of parameters. It helps us format the image, and it helps us to tell the image how to behave around text. And so today we're going to look at the float parameter, and we can see how the image will behave and what will happen when we put text next to an image. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and get over here to the desktop. And here we are. We've got basically just an empty page here. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to go into the HTML editor. Most of this is going to have to be done in the HTML editor. If you're not comfortable using the HTML editor, you need to get that way, because this is the way that you can fine-tune your page. It matters. It does. It matters. So let's go ahead and look at what we're going to do. First of all, we need an image. So let's go back really quickly. This is an easier way to put an image in. I'm just going to go ahead and pick an image that's already in here. From course images, I'm going to go ahead and pick this HTML tag here. And wow, that's too big. So what can we do? First of all, we're going to format the image just a little bit. Now, this is not a CSS formatting. This is part of the actual image tag itself. So here's the image tag. Fundamental parts of the image tag, of course, you got to have the opening bracket and then IMG. That tells us it's an image. ID merely tells us what the ID of the picture is. ID is just a generated thing. We can use this to format if we could get access to the style sheets, but Canvas kind of prevents that from happening. So, but the ID is an image parameter that allows us to name this image. There's some things we can do with that. Source, SRC stands for source, and that tells us where the image is on the internet in the server. So in this case, it's in the courses folder. In course 33118, that's the class that this is. In the files folder, and it's within 5897174. This is not the what do you want to call it? This is not the actual path to the image itself, but it does get us pretty close. And then when it says preview right here, and then the actual name of the image, they put it in the alt tab, which the alt tab basically is a tag that allows text readers. If a person has some kind of visual disability, then a text reader, they have to use that when they're coming along. Of course, they can't describe an image, but they can tell the person what the name of the image is by reading the alt tag, and so they do that. Well, I'm going to add another tag, and in addition to the alt and the source and the ID, I'm going to add a width tag. Now, the image is locked as far as its proportions go, so height and width, there's a proportion there that's not going to change. If I change the width, the height will automatically change unless I force it to do otherwise, and I don't know why you do that, because that distorts the image. So it's going to go width, and we're going to make that equal to 250 pixels. And you have to do it like that. Width is equal, and then you put it inside double quotes, 250px. I can do percent, I can do pixels, I can do points, I can do a lot of different things. But now if we look at the picture, we discover that in fact the picture is much, much smaller. Now actually the border of this picture comes out to here. This picture is not as small as you'd think it is. There's actually probably another 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch on any side of it. But in this case, it is more manageable now to work with. All right, so now if we edit this page again and we put some text in line with this picture, I'm going to put it inside the same paragraph. So we've got the paragraph here. I'm going to put the text inside there, and I'm just going to type in some random text. Oops. Now, here's the thing. This text and this picture are in the same paragraph. Currently, they are in line with each other. And so as I save that, you'll see what that means. Okay, this picture and this text, first of all, you can see where the border of this is. This picture and this text are in line with each other. That means that if I continue this line of text out, the next place it's going to go is down under this picture. So all this is going to be skipped. Let me see if I can add a little more text to this line so that we can kind of see. Let's see if that was enough. Maybe, maybe not. All right, so you can see we've got our text, we've got our, pardon me, our text, we've got our image, but it's all in line. And so the widest element of the line determines how wide the line is. Well, this image is much wider than the text is. So if we leave it like this is really awkward and it wastes a lot of space. And it's hard to follow the line because when you get to the end, then you have to drop down here. And if this picture were a lot bigger, you'd have to drop all the way down, maybe even out of the visibility of the page. So it's awkward. It's not a very good design. So what we want to do is we want to add tags and properties to the image tag that will format this text so that it will wrap near this image but not skip it. So suddenly the image and the text are not in line anymore. They're treated as separate entities. The text is contained within a box and it'll all be next to the image in a nice, neat paragraph. So the way that we do that, we're going to use the float tag. And to do that, I'm going to go back in here into my HTML editor, and inside the image, I'm going to add a style. Remember, we have to use inline styles because Canvas will not allow us to access the style sheets. I can put this outside of any of these other tags, the ID, the source, the alt, the width. As long as I'm outside of those tags, then everything's good. So I can pick any place I want to. I'm going to put it here in front of the source tag because that's it's a good habit to get into. You should pick one place to put these things and put them there every time. So the way to start is with the word style, as we have in the past. And then we're going to make that equal to, now here's where we put our CSS code in. First of all, we're going to put in float left. That's all we're going to do. So what that's going to do is that's going to make all the text flow to the right side along the right margin of the image. So if we go back and save it now, what we should see is a lot less awkward and a lot more comfortable formatting. The text and the picture are treated as different things. And so this text paragraph will continue along the edge, or along the border of the picture to this side always until it runs past the border of the picture, and then it will come down here. Then it will come down and start. It will start down here. Let's go ahead and put in some more filler text here. Let me go find some lorem ipsum. There we go. There's a lorem ipsum generator. Let's go generate some lorem ipsum here. That ought to do. That's probably enough. Copy that. Paste it in under with this text. And what you'll see, hopefully, is that there will be enough of it that it will go past the bottom. There we go. Okay, now it should go past the bottom of the picture. and it still doesn't. Well, that's going to take a lot of text, looks like. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to keep pasting text in until I get it past the bottom of that picture. There we go. All right. So this will give us a really good idea of exactly how big the picture is. All right. So as you can see, the text nicely flows around the picture. When it comes down to the bottom of the picture, it drops down and does a good job of formatting a nice, neat look here. This makes for a good page. Now, there's another thing that I'm going to do that will be very hard to see with this picture because this picture has so much white space around it. As you can see, there's a lot of white space between the edge of the visible part of the picture and where the text starts. So this is all image. Let's see, and it won't let me select it. Oh, I forgot because it's not part of the line anymore. Anyway, there's a lot of space around this picture, so it's very complicated and very hard to tell what I'm going to do next. But what I would do ordinarily, if this were a normal picture that came out to the edge of its margins, and I would add some padding. And to do that, I will come in here after my semicolon, and I want padding on the right-hand side of the image so that, and I want about 15 pixels, just a little bit to give myself some space there. Now, for the most part, you're not going to be able to see it because, like I said, there's already a lot of blank space there. But what you would notice is that between the edge of this picture and the start of the text, there's now 15 pixels of padding. If this picture came all the way out to the edge, then that would be a different thing. In fact, let's see if we can find a better picture and do this very thing with it, shall we? Let's just go back in and edit. Pardon me. Whoops, what have I, went the wrong, I hit the next page. I didn't intend to do that, my bad. All right, let's go back in and edit. And we're just going to delete this picture. Now remember, that picture's 250 pixels watts. We're going to delete it, and we're going to put a new picture in from this course. I'm just going to pick a picture at random. That looks like a good one. All right. Okay, once again, it's a very big picture, so we're going to have to go back in and put our width back in, and we're going to say width 250, 250 pixels. Missed a whatchamacallit there. There we go. Alrighty. Now we'll go back. And of course we got rid of all our style events, so now we're back to the same boat. Our picture is in line with our text. And so as you can see, I can select them all now. And the text comes directly up to the edge of the picture. I don't like the way that looks. In fact, I don't like anything about that. So let's go ahead and reformat this picture. All right, so first of all, we're going to put our float in. Say style is equal to float left, padding on the right, 15 pixels, pardon me. All right, and now when we go back, we should see a couple of things differently. First of all, the text now nicely behaves around the corner of our picture. It's no longer the same thing, although I can select it, which is weird. But it no longer acts like a part of an inline structure. I can my text behaves really well. It makes the page format nicely, and also, as you can see, there's a little gap here, and that gap is that 15 pixel padding. It is also acceptable to put padding along the bottom. Let me demonstrate that really quickly. So I've got padding right, 15 pixels. I'm going to do padding bottom. I'm going to do the same 15 pixels. Now when I save it, there should be a little gap around the bottom part, or the bottom margin of the picture, and so there it is. It's a little bit more because there was already a little bit of a gap there, just because the text doesn't come evenly. But we have 15 pixels down and 15 pixels over. This separates our picture and makes it look nice. The formatting is much nicer. Like I said, the float property is very important. If you're building pages that have a mixture of text and images, you really need to be aware of the float property. Float property will also work to the right and to the middle. It'll float above, it'll float below. You can do any direction you want. What it does, when you tell a picture to float right, for example, it puts it on this side of the page instead of on this side. If I go back in there and I tell the picture float right, let's change this to right. And of course we need to change our padding because we want it on the back side now, so that we don't have extra space on the far side. Now of course the picture's over here and the padding has been changed to the left side. Of course the bottom padding is still there. This looks equally as good. I could leave that like this if I wanted to. So float pattern, or the float property rather, just means that the text will flow around the picture one side or the other, or to the top or to the bottom. It's important to look at this from an aesthetic viewpoint. The page looks a lot better like this than it does with the inline kind of awkward formatting that if you just try to put a picture in and you just try to put text in, you're going to get an awkward inline thing that doesn't look very good. Also, it's a lot easier to read. So this is important not only from an aesthetics viewpoint, but from a scholastic viewpoint. It's easier for the students if the page is comfortable. So hopefully that will be of use to you. In the meantime, everything's going good. I'm accomplishing much, hopefully. Job's going well. I'm still waiting for it to post so that I can reapply, which is a little scary, but not bad. Hope everybody out there is doing well. I am trying to get back into the swing of streaming more often. I need to do that. Like I said, I'm still having difficulties at home. I have a technical problem with my streaming setup at the house. My capture card, because I have a separate PC for streaming and for gameplay, my capture card has failed on me, and so I'm not able to complete my last chapter of Gabriel Knight. I will get that done, I promise. I have to go back and replay the whole game just simply because no one will remember where it started from, but I will get it done. Meantime, hope you guys are doing well. I am call it a day here in about an hour and 15 minutes, and it's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's going to be a good day, and then Saturday, Anita and I have a date, so if you're looking for me Saturday, good luck with that. You're not going to find me. Have a good day. If you need help in Canvas, give me a call, or contact me, whiteR@grayson.edu, or you can hit the Canvas help, report a problem icon at the bottom of the course navigation, or the universal navigation. There's a help icon there. In fact, let me show you that real quick, just for those of you who could use a hand. All right, so down here where it says help, if you click that and you click on report a problem, then that opens a trouble ticket in my queue and lets me know that you need help. So that's the way you want to handle requests for Canvas help. If you need help, if you can't get in, or you can't get something is not working as expected, click on the help icon, click on the report a problem icon, and I will get back to you. That helpline is active during business hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I realize a lot of people do stuff on Saturday and Sunday, unless they want to pay me 24/7 full time. and it doesn't generate enough work to hire another person. So sorry, that is the way it is. I will get back to you if I don't immediately get back to you, and it's on a weekend. Monday morning, I answered the first one this morning at like 7:15. So I when I get back, I get started immediately. So anyway, that is how you can get help. So hope you guys have a good day. I hope all is well with you. Let me know if I can help. If you need anything, also good luck, and I will see you around campus.